You know, if there's ever been a video game that exemplifies the stick-with-it attitude, never give up, you never know when your time to shine will come, it's Steel Diver for the Nintendo 3DS. What's up, Undertoads? This is Derek from Classic Game Room, and today we're taking a look at another launch title for Nintendo's handsome new handheld, the 3DS. This is one of 3 launch titles from Nintendo themselves for the 3DS, the other 2 being Pilot Wings Resort, which we reviewed last week here on CGR Undertow, and Nintendogs and Cats, which is a sequel to the blockbuster DS game, and really the reason the DS caught fire the way it did, the original Nintendogs. Now, the reason Steel Diver sets such a good example for the kids out there in terms of sticking with it and perseverance and all that nonsense is that this game is not new in the true sense of the word. Steel Diver has been around for about 6 years now. Nintendo first unveiled this at E3 6 years ago as a tech demo for the original Nintendo DS. But Nintendo shelved that tech demo. They never did anything with it, partly because, you know, that Shigeru Miyamoto from Nintendo was quoted as saying something was missing in the original Steel Diver, so it never made it to store shelves, never turned into anything more than a tech demo. But when the 3DS came around, Miyamoto-san said that it just clicked all of a sudden. That was what Steel Diver needed, and development commenced, and it resulted in what you see here, Steel Diver, the full game for the first time for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, Steel Diver's broken into 3 main modes from your main menu here. You've got your missions, you've got Periscope Strike, and Steel Commander. Steel Commander is multiplayer, a strategy game that's playable via download play with someone else who has a 3DS. Periscope Strike, this is really cool. It's actually something that comes up as bonus levels during the main campaign mission. Here you can play it on its own, and it's really nice to have that there because it's one of the coolest little features of Steel Diver and the way it uses 3DS hardware. We'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to start with the bulk of the game, the reason you're buying Steel Diver, the main campaign mode, the missions. So each mission gives you a synopsis, and you have a time limit, and some stupid whatever. The bottom line is you're going to blow stuff up. You get to choose in every mission between, what kind of sub you want to use. You get a compact sub, in this case the Manatee. You get a mid-sized sub, in this case the Blue Shark, Captain Ben Triton. I don't know. Something tells me Captain Luke Fisher looks wiser. Maybe it's the mustache. But you also have the large option, in this case, the Serpent, captained by Dante Cruz. Those are some pretty cool characters. All of a sudden, it's like, I want to see Luke Fisher in Smash Brothers. Can you imagine that? Him and Captain Falcon. Who's the true captain? I wonder if Fisher has a Fisher punch. The time for talk is over, Undertoads. It's time to kick some ass. And that's what Steel Diver's all about. Now, basically, these levels are laid out from left to right. It's kind of like, you know what it's like? It's kind of like a big fish tank. And your objective is to get from one end of the fish tank to the other. And you steer a submarine. And it's a very slow game. You can crank your speed, you can slow down. See, there's a rock under there. You can blow that up if you want. You can see I'm being attacked here, so I'm going to try to put on the brakes. Yes, and it missed me. Now I can fire up at it. Blocked. I'm like Manute Bol.